Well, you see, it's like this. My cousin, the Arkansas River Valley Princess in Fort Smith, bought some dishes at a garage sale that had belonged to one of Pretty Boy Floyd's sisters who lived next door to the princess on North 5th Street. Floyd's sister, a Mrs. Lewis, lived, I think, at 1503 North 5th back when the princess lived at 1501 North 5th. I'd say this was like 1946 to 1953, something like that. Now, you got to keep in mind that while on the lam, Pretty Boy, his former wife Ruby, and their little boy Dempsey had lived in Fort Smith from September 1931 until February 1932 under assumed names. They call themselves the Douglas family. My other cousin, Plum Pitiful, tells me that they lived in Clifton Court, and Plum's friend at the Fort Smith Times-Record verified that in fact they did, and actually that it was in the 700 block of North 36th Street, right there up against Tillis Park, where Pretty Boy used to take little Dempsey out to play every day. Floyd had 7 siblings, and the family got together a lot, usually over to Salisaw, just across the river from Fort Smith. The princess bought the dinner plates from Floyd's sister's son and his wife several years ago, and you all will be interested to know that Pretty Boy had often eaten off of these plates. The princess showed me the dishes. I held them in my hands, and she told me that my lady partner, Janietoo, and I had also eaten off of these plates the last time we were at the princess's house for dinner in Fort Smith. Now, how about that? I know what you're thinking. Who in the world was Pretty Boy Floyd? Well, Charles Arthur Pretty Boy Floyd was born in 1904. And that may be why you're not familiar with him. He may have been just a little bit before your time. But in his day, he was a nationally notorious bootlegger, bank robber, and cop killer who grew up in eastern Oklahoma and had a 10-year robbing and killing career from the early 1920s until Melvin Purvis and his G-men gunned him down in 1934. You can check everything I'm saying. You can check it all out on the internet, and you'll see that it's 100% true facts. My mother, who's not on the internet, well, actually, she was on the internet. Never mind. My mother was just a few years younger than Pretty Boy, but she also grew up in that sparsely populated, poverty-stricken eastern Oklahoma, and she had many a story to tell about Pretty Boy's colorful exploits in Oklahoma, Arkansas, Kansas, and Missouri in the 1920s and 30s when he achieved an iconic status as a Robin Hood gangster who stole from the rich bankers and gave to the poor farmers and the unemployed. All true facts. In 1939, Woody Guthrie wrote the Ballad of Pretty Boy Floyd, further glorifying and romanticizing Pretty Boy's career as a Robin Hood outlaw who often left money or food for impoverished Dust Bowl farmers and small-town poor folk as he roamed throughout the Southwest and Midwest, robbing banks and evading the law. Now, I'm going to do the Ballad of Pretty Boy Floyd, and I got to move this baby away because, as you'll see, I sing and play a whole lot louder than I talk, and I don't want to bust the diaphragm in my microphone here. This is not an exact science, but I believe that's far enough away that I won't break that baby. Okay. Here we go. If you gather round me, children, a story I will tell about Pretty Boy Floyd, the outlaw. Oklahoma knew him well. It was in the town of Shawnee on a Saturday afternoon. Wife beside him in their wagon, as into town they rode. Their deputy sheriff approached him in a manner rather rude, using vulgar words of anger, and of course his wife she overheard. Pretty Boy grabbed a log chain and the deputy grabbed his gun, and in the fight that followed, well, he laid that deputy down. Yeah, in the fight that followed, Pretty Boy laid that deputy down. So he took to the trees and timber to live a life of shame. Every crime in Oklahoma wasn't added to his name. Yeah, he took to the river bottom along the river shore. Ah, but pretty boy found a welcome at every farmer's door. Many a starving farmer that same old story told, how the outlaw paid their mortgage and saved their little home. Some will tell you about a stranger that come to beg a meal, and underneath his napkin left $1,000 bill. Was in Oklahoma City, it was on a Christmas day. Come a whole carload of groceries with a letter that did say, oh, they say that I'm an outlaw, they say that I'm a thief. Well, here's Christmas dinner for the families on relief. As through this world I've rambled, I've seen lots of funny men. Some will rob you with a 6-gun, and some with a fountain pen. Yes, some will rob you with a 6-gun, and some with a fountain pen. But as through your life you travel, wherever you may roam, you won't never see no outlaw drive a family from their home. No, you won't never see no outlaw drive a family from their home. Now that's a true fact. So long.